I think I I think I need to put some. I don't want to look dead. I don't want to look dead on camera. Hmm. Anyway, how's your evening, guys? I was a vendor today. I sold my cookies. Um, I didn't make a big sale like I thought. I think there are some things I could have done differently that would have had a bigger impact. But my cookies, this is my cookie. You see that? It's just a flat cookie. I like flat cookies. I don't like them thick like I'm eating a cupcake or a cake or something. I like thin cookies. So these are my thin cookies. And they have a lot of chocolate in them. It doesn't look like it. You know what they call these? Boneless cookies. That's what they call them. They call them boneless cookies for some reason. I think because you can't see the chocolate chips, but you can. There's chocolate in there, a lot of chocolate. Okay, and it has a good taste, and it stays soft for days, and it tastes good with some milk. It tastes good with some ice cream. Matter of fact, you can take my cookies and put some ice cream in between them and make an ice cream sandwich. Okay, South Lake Chip Ahoy. But these are my cookies. Now, I was a vendor today, a cross dresser, whatever, whatever makes you happy. Now, I was a vendor today. I ain't eating nothing all day today because I didn't want to have to get up and go pee and all that. So, I stayed the whole shift at my cookie stand. My favorite cookie is chocolate chip, but I made chocolate chip, made peanut butter, I made oatmeal, and I made some more. I made brownies. Now I can show you my Let me show you my brownie. Is that a weed? Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. This is a high quality, $29 wig. These are homemade cookies. Okay, these are not a box. You can't get this in a box. Okay, you can't follow. There's not even a recipe for this. This is straight off the dome. This is off the dome. There's no recipe for this. It's just how I make the cookies. Okay, you can't see the chocolate chips, but you can see there's chocolate in there. You see that chocolate? Okay, very good, very soft. This stays soft for days. You can sit these out on the counter for about a week and they still stay soft. Some cookies you let them sit out. They hard as a brick in a day or two. Not mine. Not mine. Not mine. And it's how I do it. Everybody does a cookie. I mean, it's a basic cookie recipe, but it's the technique. Okay, it's the technique. It's the little things that you do that makes it different from somebody else's. Like famously the DoubleTree cookies at the hotel. You know the DoubleTree Hotel where you go get them cookies? Oh man, that's the worst kind of hotel. Give you free hot cookies all night. Worst kind. Why you need hot cookies all night like that? But they have a unique cookie. You know a DoubleTree cookie versus you eating something like a hard chip ahoy cookie. You know what I mean? You can tell there's a huge difference. Huge difference. I know a DoubleTree cookie. I know the taste. I know I know what it tastes like. I've also made there's a cookie that they make at Disney World called oh god, what is it called? I don't know what it's called. But there's a cookie down Disney World and has all the chocolate chips sticking out like thorns. I don't know what it's called, but I made it, right? 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So good. That's a very good cookie. So you can tell that cookie from any other cookie. So it's all about technique. Try not to eat industrial food. That's like telling me try not to die. Look, 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 look. The food is food, okay? You know, today I had kale salad, with a little red onion, some feta cheese, and mushrooms. That's what I like. I love mushroom. Put mushroom, red onion, feta cheese, and some kale. And then Chicago, shout out to Chicago. That's where the food is popping. Is in Chicago. So Chicago has this style of relish like peppers or something like that. I don't know what they call, but the Chicago style mix of peppers or whatever. I put that on my salad. Ooh, 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 ooh. Too good, too good, too good. So shout out to Chicago for having all the flavor. The other states which wish they had. Chicago is just a beautiful place of all the kind of food you can try. All the food from your childhood is in Chicago. All the food. I went to somewhere where they serve ice cream, and I tell you what, it tastes like that. There's a diva on screen. Yeah, you fun. You two cut me off again for being real. It cut me off for being real. Do you like Southern food more? Yes, I do, but I do like Southern food. As long as I know where it came from. Now I've been down to North Carolina. My mama got a friend down in North Carolina. Man, we went to her house one year for Christmas. A Christmas I'll never forget. She was in the kitchen stirring Kool-Aid with her fist. I said, damn, they ain't got no spoons in here. She had a whole hand in there. Mm. I said, oh my God. They ain't got no spoons? Where we at? She had chickens and horses and cows or whatever in the yard. I said, "Oh my God, what is going on here?" Because as a kid, I ain't never seen all that kind of stuff. All the chickens running around, and then what got me was when her son came from the backyard, came through the back door. He had on a fur coat because he got it for Christmas. He got a fur coat for Christmas. He came through that back door, hanging, had a raccoon in his hand, talking about, "Mom, I got dinner." I said, it's time to go. It's time to go. I said, no, who dinner? Because I ain't eating that. I'm not eating that. I'm not eating no raccoon. I'm sorry. I'm not eating that. You take that right back outside, where you found it. As long as I know where the southern food come from, I'm okay with Southern food, but you can't take me to the extreme. I don't want no barbecue squirrel or no moose nuts. I don't want no moose nuts and bare knuckles and alligator tail and claw and frog leg and all that. I don't need all that. I don't need no KY chitterland, whatever you want to call. I don't need hog head. You know they be eating pig ears and Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid pig ears. I don't know what that's about. I seen that on TikTok. They just got jars of pig ears sitting in pig lips. They be down there eating the lip of the pig. No lipstick. No lipstick at all. What'd you say? Yeah, they different. Mhm, mhm, mhm. I mean, they good people. They just a little bit on the extreme side. You from East Africa. We go across, we prepare food. I mean, we prepare food ourselves too. What you talking about? What do you think we been doing up here? We chop the head of the chicken, ring it around, and boil, fry, all that. What are you talking about? We be out in the backyard growing petunias and peppers and collard greens and cornbread. We be doing all that stuff. What you talking about? We prepare our food. Not everybody eats. Not everybody eats processed food. Okay, we all don't eat processed food. We all don't do that. We don't all eat processed food. You know what I mean? We eat regular food too. You know, some of us like to go to the extreme, and eating, other stuff. Like the McDonald eaters. The McDonald the people that consume, inhale, ingest McDonald's every day is not human. Those people not human. I don't know who they are. I don't know how their body can tolerate food that never molds. You know what I mean? It's like eating a mouthful of chemicals. It's like eating a mouthful of chemicals at McDonald's. So the people that eat McDonald's are separate from the rest of the Americans here. So don't compare us to the cheese whiz people of the world. We ain't got nothing. The regular people who eat a salad, vegetables and stuff like that. We are not in the same lane as cheese whiz, processed uh, uh, corned beef in a can. We're not the same as those people. We're not the same as the people that consume those things. The stuff that rots in your body. The taki people, the people that eat those taki chips, and the people that eat those red hot flaming those people, they're different from us. You know, I like an avocado, you know, on some toast and an egg. I like that. I like a little cucumber salad. Just a little cucumber and onion, good for me. With some vinaigrette, I can do just that. I can do that. I can do that. I can do just a plate full of vegetables. I can do that. There are some people that in America that are allergic to eating vegetables, cabbage and broccoli and stuff like that. They allergic to zucchini. Not me. I can eat that. Okay. I can eat that. You a sucker for egg McMuffin. You gotta get off that train. You gotta get off the egg McMuffin, Big Mac, Big Mac train. You gotta get off of that. That stuff will rotten your soul, not your body. Rotten you. You wonder why your brain is mush at work. You wonder why you can't think straight. You don't know which bill to pay each day. It's because you've been eating the Big Mac attack. You can't eat that stuff. It's poison. Poison in your mind. Poison in your brain. Damages your kidney, beat your liver up like Mike Tyson in your body. You don't need that. Okay? That's what McDonald's do to your body. You don't need that stuff. That stuff is, and they know it's not good for you. You know? They know it's not good for you. They know you could die. McDonald's, if you seen the documentary, they but their French fries, okay, are special russet potatoes. Okay, they special russet potatoes, and those potatoes have to be sprayed with some type of chemical, and the chemical is so strong that they got to sit in a warehouse somewhere for months before anybody can even touch them. And that is what you are eating when you go to McDonald's. You are eating chemical. So you wonder why you sick. You wonder why you don't feel good. Examine your list of stuff you buy at McDonald's. I'm telling you right now, that could be the reason why you don't feel good. That could be the very reason. Because their salt, even their salt is not salt. It's some type of mixture of salt. It's some type of chemical salt. It's not regular salt. So whatever they sprinkling on the burgers and all that, they salt crack. Whatever salt crack they putting on the burgers or whatever, that's what's making you ill. Okay? That's what's making you ill. You can't eat that stuff. It's not good. It's not healthy. They're not gonna tell you none of that because they want you to keep buying. And people, they grew up on McDonald's, and so they just can't detach themselves from something they've been eating their whole life. Well, I'm still living, so a Big Mac ain't killed me yet. A French fry ain't killed me yet. Okay, but it's a slow death. That's what it is. It's a slow death when you inhale that high level of processed food all the time. That's why I tell people, stay on the outskirts of the grocery store. The stuff on the inner aisles, the aisles in between, is just a doctor bill. Okay, everything in the aisles, everything that's in the aisles is a doctor bill. Okay, you want to cut back on your doctor bills? Stay out of the inside aisles of the grocery store. You only shop on the outskirts. That's it. You want less doctor bills? You want less doctor visits? You want your doctor to stop talking about your high cholesterol? You want your doctor to give you some good news about your sugar diabetes and your feet? You want your doctor to tell you you ain't got no more gout down in your body? Stay out of the inner aisles of the grocery store. Stay out of there. You don't need to be in there. Okay? You don't need to be in there. And if you gotta have coffee, you better order some coffee from a brand outside of those brands that's in the store. You need to order something that's uh that's treated differently and not treated like just some chemical process thing. Okay, there's plenty of people out here making coffee that are using real coffee beans and not no extra stuff added to it. So you need to seek out those people and get your coffee not in the manufactured factory on in the inner aisles of the grocery store. That stuff ain't right. Something ain't right with that stuff. You wonder why you sick. You wonder why you get a headache. Your mental health is good. It is. It is. Mm-hmm. And you said there is all. Uh, I don't trust half of the olive oil in the grocery stores. I don't think it's authentic. I think it's something else. It's some kind of other oil. I would definitely. I don't even buy olive oil no more. Not at the store because I can't trust it. It's better to seek that out from an actual source where Italy, like a real vendor somewhere else, not the inner aisles. The inner aisles are just manufactured a mess. Who knows? It could be just all vegetable oil, and they just putting a label on it and some flavoring in it and calling it olive oil. We don't even know. We don't even know. I can't even tell you if avocado oil is avocado oil. You know what I mean? I can't even tell you that. All I can say is, read your labels. Read your labels. You be wearing tights. What you talking about no tights? Read your labels, and make sure you understand what you putting in your body. You know what I mean? You understand what you putting in your body, whether it's vegetables or something in that inner aisle. I'm telling you, the inner aisle is a demon. It's a demon. That whole section, all the way from the bread, all the way to the ice cream aisle, the frozen foods, all that stuff is created to make you sick. That's it. If you tired of being sick, you tired of hurting, tired of being in pain, tired of going to the doctor. They keep telling you your blood pressure high. Every time you come in here, your blood pressure high. I wonder why. You tired of hearing that same message? You want your numbers to change. You want your mind to change. You want to have a better sense of communication. Some of this stuff slow down your brain health. Slow down your thinking and stuff. Hey, Cookie, hold on. Some of that stuff slow you down. You may wonder why you feel sluggish all the time. If you eat McDonald's for breakfast on your way to work, you never gonna have a good day at work. You never gonna have a good day at work. Never. That stuff ain't to fuel your thinking, and it slows down the thinking process. You want to be a smart cookie? You want to be smart? You need to be chewing on some blueberries. You need to be chewing on blueberries as much as you can. You need to be chewing on some bananas. You need to be chewing on some carrots. You need to be chewing on stuff like that to keep that brain functioning. Because dementia is a bitch. You hear me? And they have all kind of causes for dementia and all this kind of stuff. All kind of causes. You will fall asleep. You see, that's what happened. It make the brain sluggish. um you people wonder what happens when you get this dementia and stuff. They say, well, one part of it is you stop learning. You always have to continue learning about something, reading, keeping your brain active at all times. And it also has something to do with what you're eating. A lot of older people, they love to put all that sugar and creamer in their coffee. All that sugar and creamer. That stuff, that kind of stuff, sweet tea. Sweet tea will send you to a sweet grave. Okay? You drink sweet tea all the time, your body gonna be in a casket full of sweet tea. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff slow you down, slow you all the way down. And it make you hateful. You know? If you eat a lot of sweet food all your life, you become an angry older person. Just mean as heck. Just nasty. Nasty mean. You just tell everybody whatever's on your mind. You just walking through the streets with your cane, talking about, yeah, 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 your husband's ugly. Your husband's ugly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's worthless. That kind of mean, evil spirit come from eating and drinking sweet teas and creamers and coffees and all of this stuff that's loaded with sugar. You know what African people are a very good source of knowledge. We can learn a thing or two from African people. And one man told me, he told me, he said, why you eat sugar? Why you eat sugar? Sugar make your back hurt. Your back gonna hurt for the rest of your life if you keep eating sugar. And I kept eating sugar, and I tell you what, my back do hurt. It do hurt. So I had to slow it down. I got tea, no sugar. I had to slow it down. He said sugar make your back hurt. Sugar is not good for you. In Africa, well, in parts of Africa, specifically like Nigeria and stuff like that, they don't eat all that sugar. They eat meat and vegetables. That's it. That's why they strong. That's why they built the way they built. Meat and vegetables, and they don't even and I don't even think they really like vegetables that much. Really, I think that's why they blend them up. They blend all the vegetables up and pour it over the meat, blend it up where you can't see it. You know what I mean? Really. So we can learn a thing or two. They don't be in the processed section of no store. They eat straight up meat, straight up vegetables, spices, that kind of thing. If you want to look better, you want to look like a Nigerian king, you want to be smart like a Nigerian, you want to be smart like them, you got to eat meat and vegetables. Okay, you got to eat your meat and your vegetables. You want to be smart like a Nigerian king, okay? Cuz according to the data, Nigerians are the smartest people in America. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I believe it. So if you want to be smart like that, eat your veggies, eat your meat, eat your goat meat, your fish, your lamb. Okay, eat your meat. Okay, eat your turkey. They love turkey, goat, lamb, fish. Eat that. Yeah. Nigerian man, they got now their behavior is something else. But they knowledge, they smart. They're very smart people and highly intelligent. And they eat real stuff. So you want to learn how to eat real food, go talk to one of them. They show you the way. They show you how to get out of your toxic big back McDonald body. Let the Nigerians lead you the way to glory. Why is your hair so messy? We Jack, Jack, we got bigger things to discuss here than my hair. What the focus of my hair? Go to some other. Log off this live stream, Jack. Go to my other videos. My hair is so nice and neat in some of my other videos. Go to one of those, and watch those videos. So like, share, and subscribe. Okay. I don't know. Jesus parted the way on the side and said, "Let there be whatever it is." Look, I had a busy day. I've been selling cookies today. I'm exhausted. I look good all day today. Let me tell you something. I had people smiling all day long. The look was there all day. I look presidential. I look like the president of the cookie company. Okay, which I am. Thank you, Trinity. Thank you, Trinity. Now, even though I sell cookies, I'm not ignorant that I would sit there and eat cookies like that. Cookies are an enjoyment every now and then. They're not something that you consume all the time. So we are going to, you know, be better. Be better. Y'all, if everybody's tired of going to the doctor, tired of your knee hurting, your leg hurting, your back, your side, we're gonna be better. We're gonna be better. Okay? That's what we're gonna do. That's what today is about. It's about being your better self. Being your better self. And I hope y'all learned something today. I hope y'all learned something today from this this talk, this discussion on health, okay? On health. Yeah. Because I'm all about it right now. You only had to, it's four. Why you pocket watching the number of people here and there? Who care? I don't care. Why do you care? This will be put up as a video so people can watch later. Does it matter? Okay, Jack, leave. I don't know what to tell you. Bye, bye, Sanchez. Catch you later. You don't care either. Why you don't care? Why you care? Why you here? You get here. Get on my live stream, Jack. Tell me I don't care either. I don't care either, Jack. I don't care either. I'm just here to have a good time, to share my knowledge, to share my commentary, my experiences with people. You don't have to be here. And that's not nice. Don't tell Trinity that. That's not nice. That's not good to say. You gotta learn how to have better behavior. If you're gonna be a troll in my room, in my area, you got to be better. Be a respectful troll. Say what you want to say, but don't attack other people. That's not good. You're gonna get bad karma. Bad karma comes with bad energy. You know what I mean? You don't want something bad to happen in your life because you're giving out bad energy. Don't do that. And that's very serious. Karma's real. It's a real thing. Ah! We're gonna make Trinity a moderator. Uh-oh. 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 Trinity's a moderator now. Oh, yeah. So I learned a lot today from being um a vendor. I learned a lot. So now I am. So now I am. I don't know if I'm going to do another cookie sale very soon, but maybe I don't know. We'll see. It's a lot of work to sell cookies, to be honest. I mean, it's a lot of work to bake all those cookies and get them together. It wouldn't be bad. Look behind you on the floor. Are you an ant? Because if you are, I'm gonna step on you. If you an ant, I will happily step on you. 'Cause you can't be behind me on the floor unless you some type of ant or something. I step on you. To be honest, I mean I'm not usually cruel. I'm not a cruel person, but I would step on you if you was an ant right now. Just to be honest, you know, not to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I would. I would. No, I would. I'll step on you. I would step on you 3 times. Make sure you gone from my sight. And actually twist my foot on you and make sure you double gone. You know what I mean? If you was an ant. No, no, you're not. Because if you was, you wouldn't be here. Right now, you know what I'm making right now, Jack? I'm making some jello. Thank you, Trinity. I'm making some jello right now, and I haven't had jello in years. I started eating Jello recently because it helps grow your nails and it helps your body digest food better. Something about Jello when you eat it after a meal, it 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 gets the food down your body faster or something. I don't know what it is about it, but I have been digesting my food so quickly because of eating Jello. I don't know what. I don't know. I guess it's the gelatin or whatever. But my skin feels softer and I'm digesting my food twice as fast. It's so so great. So if you got digestive issues, you know what I mean? Eat Jello. Jello's your friend. So I'm making me some fresh strawberry Jello, and I put a little green tea tea bag in the Jello so they can get some green tea in it, and then I'm gonna wait till that chill. Probably tomorrow. I'll probably eat some tomorrow. I put it in the refrigerator tonight and it'll be ready tomorrow. You are not my teacher. Your teacher! And if I was a teacher, I would flunk you out of this class right now. F. F to the highest degree. F. I would give you an F right now. I'm not your teacher. I know I ain't your teacher. You like to drink jello with how you do that? How can you drink Jello without putting it? What do you mean? You mean you just take it out the packet and pour it in your drink? I thought you're not supposed to do that. You can do that. I did not know you could do that. Tell me more. I did not know you could put powdered Jello into your drink and just drink it. But it's a game changer. The Jello game changer. I see why they give it to you at the hospital. You know when you're at the hospital, they always offer you that damn cup of Jello. You want a cup of Jello? No, I don't want no Jello. But I see why they offer you the Jello. It's a game changer. Okay, so you've been feeling bad. Your gut feel like it's rearranging itself. Get you some. Bye woo woo. Oh. Oh, I didn't know you could do. How long you been doing that? How long you been doing that? And what do you think the benefits are from you doing that? I got attitude. What attitude? Jack, you need to go to bed. You got a headache. You got a headache. Go to bed. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, Trinity. Yes. Trinity said, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this damn Trinity said, I'm tired of this damn person. I'm so tired of this shit. You know? What happened? Did my light go out? Oh, wait a second. My light go out. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, um, it just tastes good to me. Oh, really? Do you think what kind of benefits have you had from drinking it all your life like that? What do you think the benefits are? You think your skin is better? Your skin is good because you've been drinking it like that all your life? Because people say you're supposed to get longer hair, longer nails, and all this kind of stuff. But I'm not sure because I haven't met nobody that drink it consistently, most of their life. But I'm starting to I'm starting to see my own benefits. The digestion is A1. I feel a little bit lighter. I don't feel so heavy, weight wise. I haven't weighed myself or anything, but I don't feel weighed down or heavy. And I'm eating less. I eat less food. Ever since I started doing the jello thing, ever since I started eating jello, I don't eat a lot of food. And I've actually been craving jello. That's why I had to make it tonight because something about it is making me want to eat it more than anything. So I don't know what's in it. I don't know what it is about Jello, but it's a win-win for me. I gotta buy some more. Matter of fact, I should have brought 2 boxes. Only brought one this time. Oh, your nails are good. You got see. That's what I'm talking about. Those are the benefits. Those are the benefits. Something about that Jello make your food digest. I don't know what it is. Something. It's that gelatin. Hello, saying hello, Larry. How you doing? Mm-hmm. Happy Sunday. It's not Sunday yet. What's that? What's the 10:59? You must be an hour ahead or so. Where you at? Where you at? Chicago or something? All I know is Jello's great. I'm gonna buy more of it to see more benefits. You know, Cameroon. What the hell's Cameroon? Where is that at? I ain't never heard no Cameroon. That's out of my scope. But yeah, uh, I'm gonna buy some more Jello. I want to feel good. That's my not trajectory. I can't even say it. I'm so country. My journey is involving. It's in Africa. That's in Africa. I think I should know that. Welcome, Cameroon visitor. Welcome to America. Welcome to America, where we didn't know Cameroon was in Africa. But welcome, welcome. We're here to learn. We're here to share, experience each other. Hello, Wesley. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to America. Welcome to America, where we just found out Cameroon is in Africa. I had no idea. But yeah. So what do y'all do for health? What do y'all do that's healthy eating in Cameroon? What kind of healthy eating y'all do over there? What do y'all do? Here, here we in a crisis right now. We in a McDonald's crisis right now. It's dire. Okay, we in a crisis here in America with the food. Even though people love to come to America to enjoy all the greediness of the food. Hello, Edward. How you doing? Everybody love to come to America and try the food because they can't believe how fat we are. Yeah, when people come from other countries here, they're like, "Good God, look at all these fat Americans. How can they be so fat?" And then they start eating the food, and then they like, "Oh yeah, I see why. Yeah, the biscuits and gravy. Oh, the chicken. Oh, stuff you don't eat in your country. Stuff you don't eat over there." Home of the brave. Home of the brave. Woo. Thank you, Trinity, for that welcoming to our friends from other places. Yeah. We need to go. We need to go on an African journey. We need to go to Africa and visit all the countries. The countries that I hear about the most is Ghana, Senegal, Nigeria, of course, South Africa. I'm turned off by South Africa, so I won't be going there because if it looks like America, I don't need to visit. Cameroon. I have not heard of that one. I had to look it up to see what y'all got going on over there. I may have to drop by and do a visit, do a tour of all the some of the countries in Africa. That would be fun for me, and that would be fun for me and me meeting different kinds of people, different people and stuff like that. They probably be like, "This American woman is crazy." They probably be like, "Let me fix you. Oh, let me help you with your fat body. Let me help you. Let me help you." That I probably get all kind of just craziness, but I could go on an African tour. Well, welcome to America where everything is fried, dyed, and laid to the side here in America. You come here, you're going to gain 20 pounds. You might as well buy you extra clothes while you here because you ain't going to be able to fit your clothes once you go back on the airplane. Once you go back home, your people going to be like, what happened to you? What happened to you? Why you got a belly? Because you was in America drinking sweet tea and eating Doritos, the real Doritos, not the kind that's in other countries that's kind of toned down. Everything is exaggerated here in America. Donuts, pizza, burgers, Chinese food, everything is extra. Can I see Norbit? What the hell, Tom? What are you talking about? Where you see Norbit? The wildlife? I don't know if their wildlife is all over like we see on in certain place on TV and stuff. I don't think I'm gonna just walk out somewhere in Nigeria and a lion gonna come up to me and greet me or something like that. So I don't think they have as much. They have wildlife, but I don't think it's in the areas where you will go and visit necessarily, unless you going to visit that specific thing. I don't think stuff is just wandering around, you know. But I would love to do a tour, you know. If I found me a person that could guide me through several different countries, in 2 weeks, a 2 week tour of different countries in Africa, oh that'd be fun. That'd be fun for me. And that'd be fun for the people in these countries in Africa, cause they ain't never met nobody like me. They're gonna be like, God, this is America. This is America. They're gonna be like, oh my God, this is America. This is what's over in America. Mm. I'll probably have a good time though. I'll probably have a good time because, I'm calm like they are. I'm very calm, relaxed, easygoing, just like to laugh and all that kind. That's what they like to do. They like to relax and laugh. I like to relax and laugh and not care so much about stuff. Here in America, everybody's worried all the time, stressed out all the time, anxious and full of anxiety. And I feel like over in those African countries, those people ain't got a care in the world. They very relaxed. I think the most drama they got over there is, I mean, of course, their political stuff like everybody else, but the most inner drama is just relationship drama. That's it. That's the only thing they got going on. That's just you know that is kind of wild over there is the relationship. Some of the stuff I read, okay, the confessions from people from different countries over in Africa, them confessions be off the chain. You know, my husband, I read somewhere, my husband, he doesn't know I don't like him. I was reading one of them African confessions. And the girl said, I've been married to him and I don't like him anymore, and all of this. I've been sleeping with his father and just all kind of stuff. Then I read some story that I got a baby and you know it's not his, but I want to be with my ex and all this kind, just crazy stuff. Funny though. Um, can we see your husband? I ain't got no husband. Anyway. But I be reading those African confessions and stuff. I think that's just some of it is just so crazy. It's just so funny. You know, they don't like their man because he don't take a shower or something. Just crazy. It's just crazy stuff that I be reading and it be funny. No, I'm not married. Are you married? If you married, why you on here? You should be in the bed sleep. You shouldn't be up all night on the live stream. If my husband If my husband was on the live stream at night, he wouldn't be on there too long. Cause why are you on here? If you want somebody to listen to, you can listen to me in the bed. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be up on here all night. I tell you that. I tell you that right now. So if you got a wife and you know you ain't supposed to be up on this live stream up at night, you better go on talk to her. You better turn your head over to her and look at her and start a conversation. You shouldn't be up late at night scrolling. Talk to the person you with. That's what you married them for. You married them for a lifetime of conversation. How is the weather in your area? It's today it wasn't cold. We are experiencing some crazy weather here in Indiana. 1 minute it's snowing, 1 minute it's not snowing, the next minute it's a winter blizzard, okay? An ice storm, or it's a thunderstorm, or it's rain. I mean, it's just a mix of weather, but it's like 40 degrees or something. Right now, it's probably about 30 or something. 30 degrees or so. But it is It is not that cold right now. I expect it to get cold in January and February where it's gonna be really cold. But Indiana weather is kind of bipolar. You don't know what you're gonna get. It's just a mix. Good wifey. Yeah, Indiana weather is just a mix of just whatever. So you get what you get. Now, the best weather in America, of course, is California. They got the best weather. Are you enjoying? Yeah, sort of. You know, it's all right. It could be better. You know what I mean? I could have more money to do more things. You know what I mean? You know, compared to now to years ago. Years ago, I'd be out shopping and I'd be out, doing stuff and all that. But things are so expensive here in America. Things are so expensive, period, that we can't buy the stuff that we used to buy. We can't do the things that we used to do. Now, I mean, some of us can and some of us can't. And so it's not the same. It's very expensive to do anything. So even just walking out your door, is expensive. So Christmas is not like it used to be. It used to be enjoyable. Thank you, Larry. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, right now I'm going through a health change, slowing down slowly. I know people say, "Oh, I can't see nothing changing or whatever," but it's a very slow, gradual change of trading out this for that. Trading out bad food for good, better choices and stuff like that. So that's what I'm in the process of doing. I don't even eat all day no more. I may eat once a day or something like that. I may eat like two snacks or something, and that's it. I've been cutting back a lot because it makes me feel better. It makes me think clearer. You have good weather too? Yeah, you know what? The difference, I haven't been to California, so I can't really tell you. But when I went to Florida, Florida heat is like something different. Florida heat is like going to hell. You know what I mean? I'm not saying the people are in hell. I'm just saying the heat is on hell. Okay. I went down there. I thought the sun was sitting on my face. That's how hot it is down in Florida. It's a selfish kind of hot. That hot right there is like you in a sauna all day, all night. You know, I wouldn't wish that on nobody. That kind of hot. Maybe y'all used to it, but when I went down there, I said, "Good God, I didn't even want to do nothing. I wanted to go back to the hotel." I said, "I gotta go back in the hotel. This is too damn hot, too hot for me." I feel like California is more of a breezy hot, not a humid, steamy hot. It's not like that. Now I heard Arizona is on fire. That's hot. That's hot too. I don't want to be too hot. You going to praise God? Thank God for you praising Jesus. Jack, where you come from? What are you talking about? How are you still watching this? How are you still around? Grand opening, grand closing. Trinity don't play. You didn't waste 2 seconds. You said grand opening, grand closing. You out of here, buddy. I feel you. I feel you. Well, that's so funny. Oh, what happened? Why my light keep timing out? Oh, hello, Theo. How you doing? Good evening. How's your Saturday night? Are you out? Are you out having fun? Are you in the house? Or you at work? Yeah, it's like it is like a dry heat. Florida weather make it feel like it's choking you. Like you being choked. You too, Larry, you too. Yeah. Hmm. I can't live in Florida. I don't ever want to live there. Nothing about Florida is exciting to me. I hear black people have a hard time down there in Florida, so I don't think I want to deal with that. But But I wouldn't mind. I think I would do well in California. I would do well there as far as weather. But Chicago, if I was young, if I knew Chicago was so great when I was younger, I would have moved to Chicago when I was a young person. But now I'm old. I don't have the, the what is it? The motivation to be going on train rides and all that. The subway. I don't feel like doing all that. But if I was younger, if I was a young person, I would definitely go and move to Chicago. Some people stay in places where they can't grow. They wondering why life is not going in the direction they want is because you are in an area that doesn't support where you trying to go to. And sometimes you need to move in those more exciting areas like Chicago, New York, California. You got to move in those more active and more advanced places to get your life going in the direction that you want. If you want your weather, if you want your life to slow down a bit, then go on down south. Go on down south and take the slow road. But if you want your life to move a little bit faster, you wanna have more opportunities, then you have to move up north. You have to move up north, move out far west to get the party jumping. You're a creative person. You know where you need to be: Chicago, New York, California. You need to be in those areas. DC. You need to be in creative places to be a creative person. If you into technology, you need to be where the technology is. Chicago, California, New York, those places, DC, all those places up north. Uh, that's where you need to be to fuel your creativity. If you feeling like you lost and you don't know where your career is going, the direction is going, sometimes you gotta get up, pack your bags, and move around. People say a lot of times they can't find no job and stuff like that. It's hard to find a job. It's hard to find a job if you stay in the same area. You gotta move around. You gotta go different places. You gotta go to different cities. You may have to go to a different country. You know what I mean? Maybe your calling is in China. Maybe your calling in Switzerland or somewhere. Maybe your calling is somewhere else. So sometimes you gotta move around to get to where you want to be in life. If you're not getting the opportunities where you are, you gotta move around. You gotta take the leap of faith, and go on and go do something else somewhere else. You know, life life don't life don't just stop just because you can't access opportunities where you are. You have to go where other opportunities exist. And that may be somewhere else. You may go to a country, move to a country, and you've been a baker here in America and no success. You've tried to open your own baking store, baking pastries and stuff, and you get nowhere. You hardly get any customers. And you have two choices. You move to another state and see if that work, or you could move to a whole nother country and they don't have particular thing that you do that's special here in America. They don't have it over there. And you can open you a shop somewhere in Italy, somewhere in Germany, somewhere else. You never know. Sometimes you gotta take a leap of faith, take that risk. You know, that's what separates um regular average American people versus rich people. Rich people have a go all in attitude. They take all the risk. They don't care. They're not scared to fail because they know if it fail, they can always try again. You know what I mean? They just keep trying to something sticks. You know what I mean? So that's the difference between rich people and just average regular people. Average regular people are scared to death to lose whatever little that they got. Rich people, people who are in going in the direction of having more money and success, they they welcome the risk. They don't care about none of that. They're not scared to fail. And if you have that attitude of not being scared to fail, you will succeed. You will succeed. Okay, in anything you do. But you have to um stop worrying about failure and concentrate on just doing things you love and like to do. And that's what rich people do. They do the things they like to do. They don't care what people think. They don't care what this person, oh man, that's not a good business move. Well, then, I feel like it would be, so I'm gonna do it anyway. They do what they want to do. Okay? They do exactly what they want to do. Small businesses, I think, sometimes fail because they are watching their own pocket too much. You know what I mean? They so busy watching the numbers and not living in their dream. They're not living in their dream. So they're just pocket watching all the time. Their own pocket, counting every dollar, penny, and cent. And people who are born to be or who go in the direction of being successful, they not watching every penny. They're not watching all that. So think. Let's think. Let's be better. Let's be better people. But anyway, I am going to bed because I gotta finish making my jello. You know what I mean? I gotta go in there and add the cold water to it, set it, put it in the refrigerator. And that's what I'm about to do. So you guys can enjoy the rest of your night. You can rewatch this. I'll leave it up. I need to take better care of myself. That's what I'm doing. What do you think I'm doing now, Tom? What do you think I'm doing now? Think I'm doing now, Tom? Oh, why are the Toms of the world so horrible? We just had a Tom in here a minute ago. I am trying to. You understand? You know what trying to? You know what change? How long it takes to change? I'm dying of diabetes. Am I? With bad skin and no, I don't have no eyebrows. Tom, are we looking at the same thing? I don't have no eyebrows. Tom, put your glasses on. These are eyebrows. I got more eyebrows than the average person. What are you talking about? See, you need to go sleep. Now, my skin is not that great. I do agree with that. I do agree, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it every day. Talking about I got bad skin and no eyebrows. What the hell you look like? Do you look like Idris Elba? I want to see your skin. It's always the people working so hard, but it's not working. What your skin look like, Tom? Do you look like a Greek god? Because you don't look like something that came from heaven. Then you ain't got no room to talk. You need to go look in the mirror and come back and tell me what you looking like. And what kind of who you pulling? I don't think so. Send a picture to my TikTok, Tom, so I know what to look up to. I come from hell. So I just got an angel pen today. This is an angel pen. You see that? I received that today from a lady randomly today. Randomly. And let me tell you, a woman I know that Trinity, you be on it. A woman came up to me today, gave me this angel pen. So you tell me, am I the devil? I'm not. Ain't that cute? And then today, a woman and man dressed like Mr. and Miss Santa Claus was at the event where I was selling cookies. And the woman came up to me very close at the end of it. Cause she was sitting there taking pictures with people with the Santa Claus, and she dressed up as Miss Claus, and she walked up to my booth, to my table, and she had the most prettiest, bluest eyes, and she almost it felt like I was in a trance. And she said to me, "What would you like for Christmas?" And I was like, "I don't know." She said, "Happiness." I said, "Yeah, happiness and success." And she said, "You're going to get all of that this year." And I said, "What?" And she looked at me intensely, like it was just a weird, very weird spiritual. I feel like it was some type of spiritual moment. And then she walked away. It was the most intense encounter I've ever had in my life. She looked like she was looking through my soul. Like she was looking through my soul. I don't know. Miss Claus, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, hopefully you guys have your Christmas list out and your Christmas wishes, and hopefully they all come true. But keep coming back to my live streams and my channel and watch my videos. I like to put a smile on people's face, make people laugh. All that kind of stuff. So, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, I lost a few subscribers. I don't know if it was intentional, and I don't know if it's YouTube playing mind tricks on me. But anyway, like, share, and subscribe. See you next time in the next live stream or in my next video. Bye, Trinity. Thank you for doing a wonderful job.